Donald Trump has declared a state of emergency on the border. Apparently, he cut some deal with the Republicans in the Senate and the House that he gets to declare a state of emergency, and they're not going to stop him from doing it in exchange for passing some massive 1,100-page spending bill that none of them have read. It's going to have all kinds of waste in it, all kinds of corrupt garbage in it, all in favor of Trump declaring a national emergency to get his wall. I think it's politically a horrific mistake. I don't think it's any better than the crap Obama pulled, passing bills in the middle of the night that nobody's read before. And frankly, I'm disappointed in him.
Well, the president came before the American people today and bragged about passing a state of emergency spending bill to finance the wall. So he bypassed any bill, he bypassed whatever offer they gave him. They gave him 1.3, 1.7 eventually. Then he says, well, I'll find the money somewhere else. So he declares a state of emergency with border security. A state of emergency was meant for exactly that, a state of emergency. In the same breath, this pompous jackass sit there and said to the American people, you know, I really didn't have to do this. Well, if you're talking like that, how is what you're doing justified as a state of emergency?
I understand everything's politics and they have to play the game of politics, but I really don't like it when they spit in my face while they're doing it, because the bottom line is Trump needs that wall to get reelected. He ran on it. That was his issue. I went to the Trump rally when he came here in Houston, and nothing played as well with those people in that place like build the wall, build the wall, build the wall. That's all they could chant in the place. So I get politically he has to do it, but politically or not, it is not right to sign an 1,100-page spending bill just so you can get a wall and get reelected. That's wrong.
The American people are being played and they're being used. While we're talking wall, 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 we're being distracted from what's really going down in Washington and what's being played on a global stage to come against America. We're focused on the wall when China and Russia in particular, two communist governments, have been colluding and talking with one another about how to internally attack America's infrastructure through a cyber attack to bring America to her knees. So while we're straining at a net and swallowing a camel, we got a rich fool leading America from arrogant attitudes and vain egotistical pride, so he'll declare a state of emergency to fulfill a campaign promise when it was never emergency in the first place. Stop being distracted by these small stuff and realize what's really going on a global stage that all of the American people are getting ready to face.
And let's not forget, we're $22 trillion in debt. That's worse than Russia and China. That's a freight train coming that nobody can stop.
And all they're going to do in D.C. is crank up the printing press and print more money, and you call that balancing the budgets.